in this part, I'm going to illustrate the different vocal patterns for each of the stems. Now, I'm only going to cover the 5 major stems here. The pu'al and the hofal are very rarely in the imperative, and so I'm just going to work on the 5 major ones. As I said before, the imperative vocal pattern is determined by the second person imperfect prefix vocal pattern. So you want to make sure you know those, and then you just remove the prefix and it's the exact same pattern. Almost the exact same pattern. Okay, so for 2 forms, it is the exact same pattern. So for the pa'al, as I already illustrated with redof, that's just remove the prefix and then you get the pattern. For the pl, here we have the verb tedaber. Tedaber, you will speak. And you just remove the prefix and you're left with daber. Speak. Daber. One thing I failed to mention earlier that I wanted to say is that imperatives in Hebrew function, are the way that imperatives are made in Hebrew is the same as the way they're made in English. So let's take this example. You will speak and speak. In English, the difference between a future form and an imperative is the presence of both the pronoun and then the future form of the verb to be, which the Hebrew doesn't require. It's created by the location of the prefix or affix. But you will speak has the pronoun and then the future of to be and then speak. Well, you remove the pronoun and the future form, and then you have the imperative, speak. It's the same in Hebrew. The pronoun is embedded in the prefix. You remove the prefix, it's the difference between you will speak and speak. So for the nifal, hifil, and hitpa'al, in contradistinction to the pa'al and the pl, it's the exact same format except there's one minor tweak. So for all 3, but the tweak is thankfully the same in all 3 of these verb stems. You have your second masculine, this is second masculine plural form I've written here for the verb lamed het mem, to fight. Tilahamu is y'all will fight, or y'all will do battle. You remove the prefix, and in its place, you add a hey. So I've identified the hey here in red. The hey is the main difference. So the nifal imperative, the hifil imperative, and the hitpa'al imperative all replace the tav prefix with a hey. But everything else is the same. So tilahamu becomes hilahamu. Fight, y'all. Tamlich, you will cause to rain, becomes hamlich, cause to rain. Or rule, not rain from heaven. Titpalel, you will pray, becomes hitpalel, pray. So it's pretty straightforward, and this pattern is consistent throughout all 4 of the imperative forms. Finally, just a real quick note on something that is talked about in the textbook as well. In some situations, on occasion, somewhat rare occasion, Hebrew will add the comet's hey ending the comets followed by a hey ending to an imperative. So for instance, instead of hamlich, it would be Hamlicha. Hamlicha. And that comet he ending does not affect the meaning of the imperative. Grammarians don't even really think that it affects the rhetorical force or anything really of the imperative. It's just a way of changing the sound, of modifying the word. It changes the accent, so the accent moves to the penultimate syllable as opposed to the ultimate or the final syllable. But so it doesn't change the meaning. It's not a suffix. It's not a third masculine, third feminine singular suffix. You remember, if it was, it would have a mapik in the hay. That would be the indicator of your suffix. So on occasion you'll see that, and that's what's happening. It's not changing the meaning in any way. So those are the imperatives.